Alright, so this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm a hockey channel, but I have touched on the Dolphins from time to time. I'm a Dolphins fan. I've started a different football channel where I thought I was going to do football videos, but I didn't. So I'm going to try to keep this a little bit more general. First thing I want to say is that I did not monetize this video. So if you see ads on this video, that's YouTube placing ads for their own personal enjoyment and their own benefit. So before anybody accuses me of trying to make $5 off of Tua's injury, I did not monetize this video. Now, how did we get here? How did we get here? And I asked that question because in the reality of the situation, none of us know. We think we know. We've heard this is what Tua said, this is what the doctor said, this is what the coaches said, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But you wouldn't know that by looking at Twitter. And I mean, Twitter is doing its thing, right? Every outrage is the name of the game. And everybody, I don't want to use the word everybody. There are a lot of people who are either blaming the Miami Dolphins, calling us a classless organization, blaming the doctors, blaming the NFL, all sorts of different opinions. And including, it's even gotten to the point this morning where people are outraged at the other people who were surprised that he got released from the hospital so quick. If you think there's something wrong with people being surprised with the guy who 2 hours earlier got stretchered off the field, if you think there's something wrong with surprise when you hear before the game is over that he's being released, you seriously need to check your pulse and maybe your mental state, because you've lost any ability to have clear, rational thought. If you're going to criticize somebody for going, wow, he's been released already, there's something wrong with you if you're that far gone. But when I say we in this video, I'm not going to exclude myself. Tom Grossi came out with a video this morning that is interesting because I was going to bed thinking a certain thing. And then when Tom made his Dolphins reactions to the Tua injury video, he touched on some things that dovetailed perfectly into what I was thinking. Now, I'm not criticizing Tom. Tom is, I love the guy. I'll just put it that way. I'm very highly motivated by what he's been able to do. And I'm not even saying anything he was saying was wrong. But in one segment, he asked the question, why am I, as a fan, put in the position of this even happening, of having to see this? I'm paraphrasing, I'm butchering it. But basically, everybody is blaming the NFL. They're blaming the Dolphins. They're saying, well, the players are getting all this money. Yeah, you know, the NFL should stop Thursday nights, but they're so greedy, they want the money. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. However, I would like to ask you all a question. Where do they get the money from? Me and you. Us. We. The NFL is a product. We buy the product by paying for DirecTV, by paying for streaming services, by buying the jerseys, by buying the tickets. We are why we are put into this position of guys playing on 3 days rest. Why? Because we still watch. No matter how much virtual signaling anybody does online, when y'all thought Ben Roethlisberger was a rapist, you still watched. When Deshaun comes back, you're still watching. And if you think the Dolphins somehow mishandled or the NFL somehow mishandled this, we're still watching. We're still turning on the TV, watching the ads, And that's where the money's coming from. So if you want to blame the money, blame the source of the money. And ladies and gentlemen, we are the source of that money. So, some of us, like myself, say, these are grown men playing a game. They understand the risks involved. I understand that they understand the risks involved, and the exchange is, I'm paying $300 a year to DirecTV so they can entertain me on the television. They get paid a ton of money, but they're taking a risk that they might get seriously hurt. Some of us grasp that concept and are just on board with trying to make the game as safe as possible without destroying the game. But football is a violent game. Unless you're going to make it flag football, you are not going to really be able to avoid injuries such as we saw last night. Tua is not a big guy. He gets tossed around because he has the heart of somebody like Allen, but he doesn't have the body mass to protect himself when he thinks he can pull certain things off, and he gets tossed around all the time. So some of us get the idea that it's an exchange. They are getting paid a ton of money. They understand the risk. And we understand that because we're interacting with this sport, we're providing the money, there's a chance that some of our favorite players who we grow to love are going to get hurt. Some people get that. Some people, like the doctor was all over Twitter last night threatening to charge them with murder if Tua died. Some people, put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. If you're so disgusted by the product, stop buying it. If you're so disgusted by the product, stop buying it. In other words, either shut it off or shut the hell up.